So back again. This is probably take 45 for real. Like I've said, I'm a really laid back guy for the most part. There are a few things that really get my blood boiling. Politics is one. Basketball, you know, my if you mess with my kids, that's gonna get me pissed off. The one that really makes my blood boil, probably more than just about anything else, is education. Education has always been very, very important to me, whether I knew it or I didn't know it. I was, it was important to me. I was always a questioner of authority. I was the kid in CCD class that they were started talking about the virgin birth, and I was like, whoa, time out. What did Joseph think about this, right? That poor bastard. What's he thinking? Oh, okay, God did it. Whatever you say, honey. See, them's the kind of things and that led to me to be a lot of a class clown because these teachers would be up there spouting this stuff off, and of course a lot of it really helped me. Don't get me wrong. I think I went to one of the best elementary schools there ever was, and they gave me a really good foundation. But some of the things that history tells us and school brings us, it was, yeah, whatever to me. I think that we could do better. I think that I was bored quite a bit. And that comes from the fact that you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator in education. I mean, sure, the people up here have to suffer because you have to base your education on the people in the middle and low, right? So, what happens in education because of that is that we're left with a lot of middle ground. That's not to say that's bad. I mean, I I thank God that for a truck driver. I thank God for a ditch digger. I thank God for the guy who goes out there and plows snow all day. Thank you. You're awesome. But I also get upset when those people turn around and elect a man like Trump. That kind of pisses me off. That tells me that we're not doing our part as teachers, as an education system, as a country to make sure that these people have a little bit more sense than that. Now, how do we do that? That's the question. The question isn't so much why, it's how. How do we do it? We Why we do it is because that's our goddamn job for humanity as teachers, as human beings. You are supposed to endeavor to be the very best person that you can be. And if you can help others be the very best person they can be, you should endeavor to do that also. That's why. The question, though, is how? How do we build a strong foundation for everyone to make them to the point where they are not okey doked by greed and money and all this stuff? Okay, first and foremost, and this is really essential, we have to get past thinking that we know everything, thinking that we have a monopoly on the truth. Okay, it may be true that I was born to be a teacher, but that doesn't mean you were born to be a teacher. It may be true that I'm inclined to mathematics, but that doesn't mean that you're inclined to mathematics. I might be really good at history. Maybe you're not. You're probably better with mechanics than me. The thing that we really need to start doing with education, and this is my opinion, is we need to start having an individual based education. First and foremost, in that, is we got to start appreciating teachers more. And we need to start expecting more from teachers. Now, I know what teachers are saying. Come on, man. What what more can I do? You can do a lot more. If you're given the resources, you can do a lot more because there's hundreds of kids every single day not learning a goddamn thing in your class. I'm sorry, but it's happening every single day. But by the same token, it's hard to do that. Now, this is how my personal, how I've always wanted to teach class. When I started going to college, my dream has always been to have a group of kids from first to fourth. That's what I'd like to do, me personally. I would like to have a group of kids from first grade to fourth grade, and I have them 4 years. They're my kids. These are the ones I'm going to teach. Now, what I will do is I will start with basics for all the first graders, and I will help the bigger ones. But I'm also going to have the bigger ones helping the younger ones. So, what this helps is first rule of teaching. Teachers usually learn a lot more from their students than their students learn from them. That's almost a rule. So, you teach a first grader, and then you have the second grader, he becomes a second grader. So then you have the second grader teaching the first graders too. Then that second grader becomes a third grader, so he's teaching the second graders and the first graders too. So it's kind of like a tutor system. I'm the head boss. I'm overseeing all of this, but they are learning together with their peers. Now, how does this take place? This takes place by finding ways to make it good. I think teachers need to have a little bit of training in acting. Teachers need to have a little bit of training in understanding different kids. I mean, to me, teaching would never be a job. It would be a pleasure. It's a pleasure to help people. So you need to start thinking that, teachers. It starts with you. You're the teacher. You need to do your best, and you need to expect other teachers to do their best. And we all need to start appreciating the fact that you need to do your best for us. Now comes the rub. Parents. Parents are a big problem when it comes to education because a lot of them are too stupid to realize how important it is. It doesn't bother them. I mean, they're allowed to just waste away, and all they do is sit around and bitch about how you're not taking care of their kids when their kids are coming in and hitting everybody and going crazy and disrupting class and being disrespectful and incorrigible. I mean, me personally, I was a class clown. There's no doubt about that. But I knew there was a line. My parents made me toe a line. Sure, I dipped the toe over it multiple times, but I always was respectful, and I always came back to where the line was. And we need to do that. We need to start trusting our education system. But our education system needs to start being trustworthy. And obviously, it's not. In little ways, folks, it's not. Because we wouldn't have this many dumbasses walking around if it was. Now, you need to think about it. And I could go on and on and on, and please bring me some feedback for this, because this is something that is at the very core of our problem and something that we sorely need to take care of. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry I rattled on and on and on, but I could rattle on and on some more. You folks have a good day, and maybe I'll see you in a little bit. Bye.